The rebellion has a voice now, and that voice belongs to Mon Mothma. Welcome back to Trust in the Force. In episode 9 of Andor Season 2, we move from outrage to action, from grief to defiance. If episode 8 was the gut punch, episode 9 is the breath we take before standing back up. We begin with the voices of the Gormans still echoing, literally. The anthem they sang before the massacre plays once more. It's a dirge, it's a warning. It's a cry to the galaxy, and while they sing, we shift to Coruscant. The Senate building reflects upside down in rain, a beautiful metaphor because the Senate itself has been turned on its head. No longer a voice for the people, just a puppet for Palpatine. Inside, Mon Mothma prepares to do the unthinkable, speak the truth publicly. But this isn't just a speech, it's a transformation. She's no longer a cautious senator, she's stepping into her role as the face of the rebellion. She names the Emperor, names the atrocity, names the silence as complicity. The speech is the same one referenced in Star Wars Rebels, but here it lands harder because we've seen the cost. We felt the Gorman Massacre. Meanwhile, Cassian is fraying. The massacre shook him. The Force healer's words still haunt him. There's someplace he needs to be. But Cassian doesn't believe in fate. He believes in doing what must be done. And so he acts, rescuing Mon Mothma from an Imperial ambush, risking his life without hesitation. And you know, it's so crazy to think about. We saw Rogue One, how much he was responsible for rescuing the Death Star plans, which goes on to lead the rebellion. But here, we get even more of what he's done. Rescuing Mon Mothma, this is like the rescuing of Grogu, like we saw in Chapter 20 of The Mandalorian, The Foundling. This was as big as Grogu getting rescued, and how important Kelleran Beck is now to Star Wars canon and history. Now, Cassian Andor is even that much more important because he rescued Mon Mothma. He is responsible for her living and continuing to fight with the rebellion and to lead them. So this is pretty big. It's a quiet, elegant rescue, one that shows how far he's come, from reluctant smuggler to determined soldier. Back on Yavin 4, pieces are locking into place. Vel is arming new recruits. Erskine reveals he's been working for Luthen all along, and Luthen and Mon Mothma finally lay all their cards on the table. Their argument is one of the best scenes of the season. She calls him out for his ruthless tactics. He reminds her that revolutions aren't clean, and he tells her what we've suspected all along.
I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy.
There's a moment of eerie poetry here as Mon finishes her speech. Lights dim in the Senate chamber, one by one. The last light of democracy is fading, but outside the chamber, the fire of rebellion is burning brighter. And then there's Bix. She makes a choice here. She leaves Cassian, not out of fear, but out of faith. Faith that he has a greater role to play. The final scene shows K2SO waking up. It's not triumphant, it's Frankenstein, cold, clinical, and electric, but it signals the future. The Cassian we met in Rogue One is almost here. So what do you think? Does this episode mark Mon Mothma as the true leader of the rebellion, or is she still playing politics? And what did you think of this episode? Drop your thoughts in the comment down below. We've only got one more week of Andor Season 2, Blocks 10, 11, and 12. Coming next week. Share this video if Mon's speech gave you chills, and if you believe in the power of Star Wars storytelling, you already know we would be honored if you would join us.